Tell me one good reason why I should try continuing to fight it.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. What a time to be alive.
Diba?
And for me, this is actually the perfect time to buy your first gaming PC or siguro matagal nyo nang gustong i-upgrade yung rig nyo. Syempre, with the mining craze, prices of graphics cards and memory modules were probably at an all-time high. I'm not sure, but they were pretty freaking expensive for the past couple of years. So today, I'm telling you guys to go ahead and buy a gaming PC or again, upgrade your current PC kung gusto nyo lang syempre. To those who have been dying to get a gaming PC or again, upgrade their current PC, maybe even transition from being a console gamer to a PC gamer. For me at least, now's the perfect time. And why is that? Prices of course have come down for memory modules and graphics cards. With the release of newer hardware, older generation stuff have come down in price, and the used market for PC parts is actually a very compelling choice for people in a budget or gamers in a budget, me included. And I think we should start off with the used market. So while there are a lot of risks with buying used or second-hand hardware, of course test out what you're buying to make sure that it actually works and performs to what is expected of said hardware. But one thing that is not guaranteed is the longevity or lifespan of what you're buying. So let's say a graphics card. So if you're planning to buy used, look for someone who offers like a personal warranty or an actual warranty if you're buying from a PC store, to give you peace of mind when buying used parts. And if you're planning to buy older gen hardware, so let's say Intel's Haswell or Skylake and AMD's FX series processors, take note of upgradability, which is very limited of course. So basically, I'm going to share with you guys sample builds which you can use as a basis or guide for building or upgrading a gaming PC from used and brand new parts. Take note that these are just the desktops and PC parts themselves, so no peripherals included. Now, I use an Intel CPU mainly because AMD's FX series processors didn't really offer comparable performance compared to Intel's i5 or i7 from a few years ago, so yeah. So for the CPU, we have the Intel i5 4690, an ASRock H81M motherboard, a single 8GB stick of DDR3 memory, a 6GB GTX 1060, a 1TB Seagate hard drive, a Seasonic M12 520W power supply, and a rack anyag case. So that's going to cost you $334.96 or 16,748 pesos. And this system will be pretty much good for any use case scenarios. So 1080p over 60 FPS in most AAA titles, light video editing, and even streaming, as long as you're planning on streaming less intensive games. But if you are planning to do that, then I suggest going with 16 gigs of memory. But for the most part, this is a solid system in a budget. And now moving on to buying brand new, which I would suggest going for a Ryzen system because of price to performance and upgradability. Now, if you have a higher budget, so let's say around 30,000 pesos or around $600 US, you can already build yourself a solid gaming PC, and also if you're planning on doing a lot of multi-threaded applications. For the CPU, we have the Ryzen 5 2600, and for the other parts, you can buy any brand from any shop. That's the cheapest, and you'll most likely spend around 30,000 pesos at most. So we have a B450 motherboard, two 8GB sticks of DDR4 memory at 3000 MHz, an 8GB RX 580, a 240GB SSD, a 1TB hard drive, a fairly decent case, and something that you should never chip out on when it comes to PC building is the power supply. So around 500 to 600 watts, preferably from brands like Corsair, Seasonic, and EVGA. So this system will be a solid performer for any task that you throw at it. So 1080p over 60 FPS again in most AAA titles, streaming, and even video editing. And you'll be able to upgrade this system nicely in the future. And lastly, to those who want to spend around 50,000 pesos or $1,000, which for me is actually the most you should spend on a single system, but of course that's just me. So for the people who has the luxury to splurge a bit, for the CPU we have the Ryzen 5 3600, another B450 motherboard, although let's go with a nicer model here. Also here is two 8GB sticks of DDR4 memory at 3000 MHz, an RTX 2060 or RX 5700, a 240GB SSD, a 2TB hard drive, a power supply that's over 500 watts preferably so that we have more overclocking headroom, and a nice case. And that's pretty much it. You can actually play 4K 60 FPS with the system as long as you're playing less graphically intensive games like Apex Legends, Overwatch, and MOBA games. Of course, streaming and doing other multi-threaded applications will be no problem for this system. Of course, I'll leave benchmarks for these in the description to give you guys an idea on how they perform in games. And a quick note on upgrade. So ideally, you'd want a 6-core processor and 8 gigs of memory is enough for gaming, but of course, if you're planning on multitasking while gaming, then I suggest going for 16 gigs of memory. For the graphics card, you'd want a GTX 1060 or RX 580 for 1080p max settings, an RTX 2060 or RX 5700 for 1440p max settings, and GTX 1080 Ti or RX 5700 XT for 4K max settings. And yeah, hopefully this video helps you guys out. So whether it's buying your first gaming PC or upgrading your current gaming PC, I think I didn't forget anything. So if you guys have any questions, just leave it in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. Of course, leave a like if you did, dislike if you feel like you have to, consider subscribing if you're new to the channel, and for more videos like this, bookmark and use my Lazada affiliate link pag bumibili kayo sa Lazada, donate to my PayPal to support the channel, like my Facebook page, and follow me on Twitter for other updates and announcements. Thanks for watching and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.